Well, I'm in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru here today. I wanted to bring you a quick little video while I'm waiting in line. I'm down here in Tennessee. I just dropped off a 38-foot fifth wheel, and I had a conversation, kind of an interesting conversation with the guy who checks in the trailers. A really nice guy. I asked him if I could interview him and just kind of pick his brain about what his interactions have been with RV transporters, and he was not feeling it. So I just wanted to briefly just put this shorter video out, probably, maybe not, about our conversation, and we'll go ahead and get right into it. So on this load, I called ahead, said, hey, I'll be there before you stop accepting. They stopped accepting at 3:30, and the window was pretty close, but I still thought I had some cushion. So I called a couple times throughout the day as the gap got closer and closer, and I just kind of kept them informed of what's truly going on. And as I got closer, I said, hey, actually, due to construction and other issues, it's now closer to 4 o'clock. It's actually 3:54 at that point. And previously it said 3:30. You know, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow, basically. And so I said, I understand. It's now closer to 4. I can't remember when you said you stop accepting when you start accepting trailers for the morning, because at that point I'm thinking I'll see you tomorrow, basically. I had to make some plans with somebody else to take care of my dumpsters in the morning tomorrow, and so I had that figured out, but I just needed to know when I'm supposed to be, arriving at the dealership. Well, he said, well, we'll figure it out. Just get here when you can. How far away are you? He asked a couple more questions. Hey, are we, are you already past the highway? Are you just gonna, is it a straight shot? There's no other, construction stuff. So I said, yeah, I'm off the main road. I'm on a narrow path, I guess. Not much else going on. No delays. And so, anyways, he said, okay, just come on in, we'll figure it out. So I was like, wow, that's incredible. I'm really grateful for you. Thank you so much. There will be no hesitation, no delays, and we're gonna make this work. And so that's what I did. I think I may be getting my food here in just a second. Oh, no, that's somebody else. So I ended up arriving when I said, after 3:30, closer to 4. And so I just wanted to be, show my gratitude. Thank you so much. I appreciated that. And we just kind of chit-chatted a little bit as he was going through the long fifth wheel, 38 foot. And so we were chatting, and he said, yeah, I've had some pretty rough times with some drivers who have been pretty upset, pretty angry. And I've seen other RV transporters who have been upset, who demand a lot from the dealerships. They say their time when they stop accepting or start accepting, and I've seen some pretty rude RV transporters talk to a actual dealership employee, a check-in person. And so anyways, actually, I think my food's here. 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, so we got the food here. We are gonna be good to go as soon as we get out of this line. But yeah, chatted with him, and he said, yeah, I've had some actually bad experiences with RV transporters, and I can't say I'm horribly shocked, but I'm also just kind of, I guess, disappointed. And also, disclaimer, I wasn't there. I don't know. There's always two sides of the story. There's not just one. And so I get it. Who knows what happened, but basically he had said, yeah, actually there's been some transporters who have just come out and they've not called. They just show up and say, check in the trailer, and be very demanding. And I can't see myself doing that. That seems pretty rude. And what if they had already left? Like, you just didn't call, didn't have any understanding of, you know, their time. You value your time so much, and yet if you were to do this, you're really saying their time is worth nothing because you're placing the demand on them. And if they already left or that person is already gone, like, you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be upset for all the wrong reasons. And so, anyways, for apparently multiple drivers to do this and to leave that type of an impression, it's disappointing. It's sad. Shouldn't have happened in the first place. Other things should have been done. I'm going to get out of here real quick, and I'll be right back with you. So throughout that whole conversation, he also mentioned this. When he's encountered a driver who maybe it is close to not being able to be on time, maybe he is, juggling other duties, because you got to think about this. Not every single person who checks in the units, that's their only job. Oftentimes, depending on the size of the dealership, they are juggling multiple different side jobs that they're doing. And so it's really a matter of timing. And so if you're arriving close to the end of the day and they have other things they've got to take care of, and you didn't call, you didn't communicate, you didn't do anything, he in the past at least has had a pretty rough and tough attitude and just said, see you tomorrow, bye. I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm not gonna put up with it. He told me about an instance where a driver showed up late. Then he basically said, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, it's way past time. The driver ended up calling the dispatcher. The dispatcher ended up saying, just deliver it anyways. Which, I don't know how you do that. Like, you can't force them, like, at gunpoint or something to write and get the paperwork filled out. Like, what are you going to do? Just force them to accept it. I don't know how you do that. And so, anyways, this guy ended up having to talk to the dispatcher, I guess, as well as the driver. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not going to accept this load. This is not how things work. So anyways, throughout all the difficult times with, I guess, drivers who just don't communicate and are very demanding and aggressive and just sounding to me like very selfish with what they're saying to this guy checking in the trailer. Like, the point is this: the person checking in the trailer, that's our customer. If we treat them right, we're probably going to keep getting business. Now, there's a whole lot of other factors, but if we treat our customers well, that can only prove to go well for us in the future, for us as individual drivers, as well as a company, whatever company you're with. It's inevitable. So basically, he basically said this: if you come to me and you are respectful, you're calling, you're doing the things you are supposed to do, you need to do, you should know by now, and you are basically not a jerk and not throwing your weight around trying to be aggressive with me, the guy who checks it in, said, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to take care of you. I stopped fighting other people back in the day when having aggressive conversations and arguments and whatever, and I'm not going to deal with that. But if you're going to treat me well, if you're going to be understanding and communicate, then I'm going to take care of you. So for me today, I called like 3 or 4 times throughout the day, giving him updates, what's going on. I was way past when I was supposed to get the whole thing checked in. 25 minutes passed. He still checked me in. And I think there's something to say about treat people how you would want to be treated. they don't owe you anything. I said that to him. I said, you don't owe me anything at all. You don't have to do anything for me. Like, if anything, I'm at your mercy. You're the decision maker. Am I going to be who you get to today, or do you have other things you got to take care of because you don't want to deal with me? And you know, they can say what they want to say as people who check things in. So anyways, just a thought there. He really overall, I think, had a good attitude about the whole deal. I think it's easy to get bitter when you're working with people. You know, in this industry, you might brag about, well, I don't have to deal with people. I don't have to do a whole lot. I don't have to interact. Well, there's a certain few people you really do have to interact with. Probably your dispatcher, and probably the check-in person, which is a must, not probably about it. You've got to be able to talk with that check-in person and confirm when they start accepting, when they stop accepting, depending on when you're going to arrive. I always try to ask, is there a certain place you want me to park? I want to be as accommodating as possible to the person checking me in and everybody else, so that I have the least amount of resistance that I've made, you know, built up just by me carrying on with my normal business. So I really think that maybe you've had a rough interaction. Maybe it was the other person's fault. Maybe you had a hot head in that moment. I would just challenge you, really consider what you're saying and doing, because we're not in charge, they are. I can tell you with my dumpster rental business, my local business that I own, the customer is there for me to serve. I get to be able to help them, and in return, I get paid. That's how it is in any business. That's how it is for RV transport. The check-in person doesn't give us money directly, but we have their business because they're going through our companies. We're getting paid through our companies. It's crystal clear how we respond to people. What is it? You get more flies with honey than vinegar. I'm telling you, it's so true. We absolutely need to be aware of, first of all, calling. That's just the theme of the video or something. We need to be calling. We need to communicate. We need to have a good attitude, and we need to be gracious about it. He didn't owe me anything. I was going to be stuck there tonight. I was going to have somebody else take care of my dumpsters at home. It was just going to be a headache. However, I avoided that huge issue, whatever you want to say, and it was taken care of like no problem at all. He was very understanding. So I'm grateful to him. I thanked him. Anybody who's got that type of an attitude, who's understanding, it's just being reasonable. And I think it takes a lot of character to be at that point, and to maybe put up with somebody who's maybe got an attitude. And so make sure that's not you. Make sure it's not you who's got the attitude that people have to put up with you. That's a tough place to be in. You're going to be wrong, and you're going to be angry that you're wrong for all the wrong reasons. So anyways, I'm going to go home because I dropped off and got it delivered, and very grateful for that. So anyways, hopefully you have a great day today. Stay safe, and God bless, guys.